Hi there. Today's video will be about Vector Connect and how to set up a stream from your phone. Today's example will be using an iPhone and using the app called Streamlabs. This app is free to use and is also available on Android. There are other apps out there that you can use to facilitate a stream, and they will likely be similar in setup flow. But today we will be looking at Streamlabs since it has all of the necessary basic features to handle a stream. If you have not yet set up a Vimeo event on your Vimeo profile, or if you have not yet had an admin forward you credentials for setting up a stream, please make sure that that is done before you proceed any further in setting up your Streamlabs stream. If you've already done all of those things, you are good to get started. The first thing we're going to do is go to the App Store, as I've done here, search for Streamlabs. The top app suggestion is Streamlabs Stream Live. As you can see, I've already downloaded the app, so it says open, but this is the app that you can download for yourself. Once you've downloaded it, either navigate to it from your home screen or click the shortcut from the App Store to open the app. This will have our screen going into landscape mode, and it'll have a few standard options to choose from. The option we want to use is the bottom one called Other Platforms. Click that link. This brings up a dialog screen to insert two text strings. The first one is the RTMP destination, and the second one is the stream key. The RTMP destination for Vimeo is always the same, and we'll copy paste that link in shortly. The stream key is unique and is to be considered very personal, as anyone that obtains the stream key would be able to broadcast content on your behalf. So let's go ahead and insert the RTMP link and insert the stream key. Now, both my RTMP URL, the top one, and my stream key is inserted. Next step for us now is to press Save, which brings us back to the viewfinder and the main page. Since I'm recording my screen right now, I won't be able to show you the broadcast button, but you will have screenshots in the accompanying article that shows you where the broadcast button is. The lower left-hand icon is the camera change icon, and the upper right-hand icon is also a prompt to bring up different camera selections. You can see right now the back camera is selected. We'd be able to select the back telephoto camera, the zoomed camera, as you can see an even closer zoom, or we'll be able to select the back ultra wide camera, which is a wide angle. Let's go back to the back camera. On the screen, outside of the broadcast button, that'll be right in the center, and between the broadcast button and the lower left-hand camera selection button will also be a microphone. Obviously, this button will be used to mute your stream once you're online. A few options to go through in the Streamlabs app is accessed by clicking the two horizontal lines in the upper left-hand corner. This brings back up the settings menu, where we have a range of buttons to choose from. The two main buttons we will use here is Settings and Editor. We will not use multi-stream or screen capture, and we will not use remote control. If you wish, you're welcome to look at the FAQ and the support section if you want to know more. Starting out by clicking Settings, we get our settings menu. The top option is our streaming platform, which would take us back to the settings we just inputted in the beginning. You would only ever need to change these settings if you need to change your stream key. But if you're always retaining the same stream, this will never have to change. The next options down are specifically for Streamlabs Pro features, so we will not be going over those. The next setting that pertains to us is the broadcast menu. In here, we can set our output resolution, our expected frame rate, the max video bit rate, and the focus mode. You are welcome to play around with these settings to best fit your allotted bandwidth and internet connection quality, and to how the stream is looking when you're reviewing it back. The iPhone that I'm on has the option to output in up to 1080p, but I've opted for the 720p output solution. The output resolution should never be lower than 720p, so experiment with these two modes here. The expected frame rate is how the refresh rate is for your stream. Again, this should never be lower than 24 FPS. Most people will think that 60 FPS looks sometimes a bit too fluent. It also doubles the amount of data that you need to transfer, so 30 FPS is usually the good middle ground there. Max video bitrate should never be lower than 2500 and can go really high, as you can see. The highest that you should go is probably around 5000, but if your internet connection struggles to keep up with this, you can lower it to 2500. The focus mode on your camera can be set to continuous autofocus or autofocus. We suggest running with continuous autofocus, that'll give the best experience. We can now exit back out of the broadcast settings. The next setting down that can be applicable to us is the audio quality. We recommend setting the audio quality to high or very high, but should your stream suffer from maybe a poor bandwidth, you can lower this as well if you need to. Next, there is the About section if you want to read more about the Streamlabs app. And finally, you can log out entirely, which will take you back to the main screen where we started. Going back out into the settings menu, the next section that can make sense to adjust is the editor. So we'll go ahead and click that. This brings up a seemingly empty screen, but you can see in the upper left-hand corner is a check mark. In the lower left-hand corner is the Streamlabs logo. Since this is the free version of the app, this watermark will be there on the stream from time to time. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have two options. First, we have the gear wheel with the return arrow. If we click that, it'll show a prompt if we want to reset all the widget positions to default. So this will very rarely be used by you, so we'll just go cancel. And to the right of that is the main menu where we can add layers. As you can see right now, Streamlabs is already on there as a layer. That's the watermark. If we press the plus sign, we can add what the app calls a new widget. The top option, Add Widget, will not pertain to the streams that we're setting up, so you can go ahead and ignore that. What you can do is you can add free text to overlay anywhere in your stream. That could be your name, could be the name of your class, could be other good, meaningful information that you want to put onto the stream. And finally, if you want to, you can add an image. This could be maybe the logo for the club that you're operating, or something else that you can put on your stream and that you can play around with. Adding any of these will bring it back to the screen, and you'll be able to see it here before you accept it, clicking the check mark in the upper left-hand corner. I haven't added anything, but I'll still use the check mark to get out into the main menu. This brings us back to the settings screen, and once more we can exit out of the settings screen. Takes us all the way back to where our stream is ready to get going. So as mentioned in the beginning, we are still missing two buttons from this interface due to the screen recording. That button is the main broadcast button. That'll be a big red button in the center. And then to the left of that, a microphone symbol that denotes that you can mute and unmute your stream. So thanks very much for following. We wish you the best of luck with setting up your Vimeo stream.